The year is 480 BC in Greece, the year 1543 AD in Japan. History has no pivot point, only collisions. Two armies separate by 2,000 years, materialize in a single valley. 10,000 Spartan hoplites, the infantry that broke Persian formations at Marathon. 10,000 samurai, warriors bred for the sword, shaped by Bushido. Neither has faced the other. Neither knows what awaits. The battle simulation begins. The Spartans understand formation. The phalanx is mathematics applied to killing. 8 rows deep, shields locked in an impenetrable wall. The spear extends 14 feet beyond. A Spartan has trained this same drill 5,000 times. His armor weighs 40 pounds, bronze helmet, bronze breastplate, bronze greaves. He can sustain a 40-minute engagement without fatigue. Oxygen debt means nothing to him. He has been forged in the Agog, a military system so brutal that surrender in battle is literally forbidden. Death before retreat. The samurai will see him and recognize a warrior, but the Spartan sees only formation, only discipline, only the mathematics of survival. The samurai code is different. A samurai is a perfect individual. Trained since childhood in kenjutsu, kyujutsu, horsemanship. His sword is folded steel, folded 1,000 times. It holds an edge that slices through bone. He weighs 60 pounds less than a Spartan because speed is his armor. A samurai at sprint can cover 100 meters in 12 seconds. His armor, lacquered leather, metal plate sewn at the shoulders, protects vital organs while allowing mobility the Greeks cannot match. But here is the problem. The samurai has never fought in formation. He has never trusted his survival to a neighbor's shield. Individual skill is everything. The phalanx moves with one mind. The samurai army is 10,000 minds operating independently. This is their first disadvantage, though they don't know it yet. The valley floor is firm grass and shallow stream. Distance, 200 meters. The Spartan phalanx accelerates to a controlled jog. The samurai see this and charge. It is their instinct. A samurai believes momentum is destiny. They are wrong. At 80 meters, the Spartan formation locks spears. Thousands of shafts project forward like a hedgehog's spine. The samurai hit the spear wall at full velocity. The first 3 ranks are annihilated. Stickman bodies fold backward, skewered on bronze points. Blood sprays in impossible arcs. Comics physics, but the message is clear. A spear wall stops a charge dead. Momentum cannot overcome geometry. The samurai behind the dead do not retreat. They climb over the corpses and swing swords at the Spartan shields. Swords strike bronze. They bounce off. The samurai cut, cut, cut. Their arms blur with speed, but they cannot penetrate. The Spartan shield is not just defense, it is offense. The rim is sharpened. Spartan soldiers lean into the formation and slash upward with their swords, using the shield as a platform. Samurai faces split open. The samurai realize their swords are useless at close range against a locked shield wall. They need space. They need air. They get neither. The Spartan spears thrust in rhythm, a metronome of death. For every samurai who falls, another climbs over him. But the phalanx holds. The samurai push with their swords against the shield wall, trying to open gaps. For 30 seconds, the two sides are locked in a grinding stalemate. Then, the Spartan's second rank does something the samurai cannot counter. They pull their spears back slightly, angle them upward, and thrust over the shoulders of the front rank. Spears rake across samurai faces, blind them, crush armor. The samurai in the center of the pressure zone collapse. The phalanx has a weapon system. The samurai have individual warriors. The difference is catastrophic. But the samurai have fought against cavalry charges and massed cavalry. They understand flanking. The samurai commander orders a wheel. 2,000 samurai peel off to the right, sprinting hard along the perimeter of the valley. They are trying to hit the Spartan flank. The Spartan phalanx is a spear point. It can only face one direction. The left flank is exposed. These are younger Spartan soldiers, not yet hardened. The samurai sprint reaches them at full speed. The samurai are faster, angrier, and they are not bound by formation. Individual swordsmanship suddenly matters. Samurai swords crash down on Spartan shields like thunder. They are scoring hits now, cutting shoulders, slicing arms. Spartan blood falls on the grass. But even at the flank, the Spartan discipline holds. The flank column rotates. It's not a smooth maneuver. It's violent. It's improvised. But it works. The shields reface toward the samurai. The spears angle down. Samurai bodies pile up again. The problem for the samurai is that speed and individual skill require space. Inside a phalanx's killing envelope, space shrinks to 0. A samurai cannot swing a sword properly if his elbows are pinned by a neighbor's shield. He cannot pivot if 50 shields surround him. The samurai attack on the flank is slowed, then stopped. The Spartan flank, though fewer in number, holds. The samurai commander recognizes the trap. He pulls his flanking force back and consolidates. He has lost 3,000 warriors already. The Spartans have lost perhaps 400. The numbers are turning against him. 3,000 samurai dead. The samurai commander is running a calculation he cannot win. His force is disciplined. They are not routing, not yet. But they are trapped in a formation game against the greatest formation fighters history has ever produced. The samurai army has speed, but the phalanx has time. It can wait. It can absorb punishment. It can rotate fresh troops into the line while damaged soldiers fall back. The samurai have no such luxury. Each casualty thins their ranks. Each dead warrior was trained for decades. They cannot be replaced today. The samurai commander makes a decision. He will attempt one final charge, a concentrated spear thrust at the Spartan center. He will bet everything on breaking the phalanx core. If he wins, the center collapses and panic spreads. If he loses, his army is finished. He commits 6,000 samurai to the attack. 6,000 swords raised. 6,000 warriors screaming. They charge as one unit, closer than ever, more unified than ever. The Spartan center does not flinch. The commander orders the third rank to lock shields with the second, a triple wall of bronze and leather. The samurai hit at full velocity. For 3 seconds, the sound is indescribable. Sword on shield, scream on scream, the shock of impact reverberates through the entire phalanx. Dust rises. Vision is obliterated. But when the dust clears, the phalanx is still standing. The samurai have pushed it back 4 meters, no more, and the cost has been catastrophic. 2,000 samurai are dead or dying in a semicircle of corpses. The samurai commander sees it clearly now. His formation has been broken. His army is demoralized. He has lost 50% of his forces to no strategic gain. The samurai begin to fall back, not routing, not panicking, but withdrawing to regroup. The Spartan phalanx does not pursue. It is not in their DNA. They hold the center, lock shields, and wait for the next charge that will never come. The final count, approximately 7,500 samurai casualties, approximately 1,000 Spartan casualties, a ratio of 7 to 1. The phalanx remains intact, disciplined, ready for another engagement. The samurai have learned a brutal lesson. Speed cannot overcome structure. Individual skill cannot overcome collective discipline. Swordsmanship, no matter how refined, is useless against a weapon system designed to maximize coverage and minimize vulnerability. A samurai in isolation is superior to a Spartan in isolation, but armies do not fight in isolation. Armies fight as organisms. The Spartan phalanx is an organism. The samurai army attempted to fight as 10,000 individuals wearing the same armor. The problem is historical. The samurai never developed the cultural or tactical framework for deep formation warfare. They evolved against cavalry, against terrain, against opponents who could not. The final count, approximately 7,500 samurai casualties, approximately 1,000 Spartan casualties, a ratio of 7 to 1. The phalanx remains intact, disciplined, ready for another engagement. The samurai have learned a brutal lesson. Speed cannot overcome structure. Individual skill cannot overcome collective discipline. Swordsmanship, no matter how refined, is useless against a weapon system designed to maximize coverage and minimize vulnerability. A samurai in isolation is superior to a Spartan in isolation. But armies do not fight in isolation. Armies fight as organisms. The Spartan phalanx is an organism. The samurai army attempted to fight as 10,000 individuals wearing the same armor. The problem is historical. The samurai never developed the cultural or tactical framework for deep formation warfare. They evolved against cavalry, against terrain, against opponents who could not coordinate across distance. The phalanx, by contrast, was perfected against mass infantry. It was built to crush formations. The Spartan army achieved 55% casualty rate inflation, inflicting 7 times more deaths than they received. In a grinding war of attrition, the samurai would be extinct in 3 hours. The phalanx would still be standing. The samurai commander makes one final decision. He will not charge again. Instead, he orders a tactical withdrawal to high ground at the valley's edge. If the phalanx follows uphill, the terrain will break the formation. The samurai will gain the advantage. It is sound strategy. The samurai retreat in good order, shields raised, defensive line intact. They are professionals. They know when they have lost ground, but not the battle. The Spartan commander watches them go. He understands the trap. He orders the phalanx to hold position. Do not pursue. Do not be drawn uphill. Control the center. Control the valley. The high ground means nothing if you abandon the field. Minutes pass. The samurai dig in on the ridge, 300 meters distant. They are now in defensive terrain. The battle has reached a natural stalemate. The phalanx cannot dislodge them without losing formation. The samurai cannot descend without charging into the spear wall again. The simulation ends here because further engagement would be repetitive. But the verdict is already written in the bodies on the grass. Why did the samurai lose? First, formation. The phalanx was designed as a unified weapon. Each soldier was interchangeable. Replace the dead, close the gaps, maintain pressure. The samurai were trained as individual warriors. Their strength became their weakness in mass combat. Second, weapon system integration. The Spartan copy operates under a single tactical doctrine: spear, shield, pressure, advance. The samurai brought swords to a formation fight. Third, psychological framework. Spartans were raised to value formation discipline above individual honor. A Spartan who broke line was executed. A samurai who stayed in line felt dishonored. The cultural values that made each warrior elite in their own context directly opposed the values needed for phalanx survival. Fourth, reach and penetration. The 14-foot spear defeated the 4-foot sword at every engagement. Range is the primary determining factor in weapons-based combat. The samurai could not close distance fast enough to make their superior edge work relevant. Samurai casualties were primarily caused by spear thrusts from safe distance. Spartan casualties came from sword strikes that broke through to the body. Rare events, but they happened. The samurai had no effective counter to the spear wall. No training method, no tactical response. By the end, they understood they were fighting a machine designed specifically to kill people trying exactly what they were attempting. The winner is clear. The Spartan phalanx defeats the samurai army in a direct engagement with 7-to-1 casualty ratio advantage.